Good news, everyone! Mark the Space is back from injury. He has missed so much of the season, but he's back for perhaps the biggest game all year today. And that game is first versus second, ourselves versus PDRM. Whoever wins this game puts themselves in pole position with 5 games remaining afterwards to win the league and get promotion to the Malaysian Super League. And well, given the fact there's only 6 games left of the season today, we're finishing the season in this episode as well. Plan of attack for today's episode: do the matches against PDRM, Perak and KLR all live. 3 games in our next 5, all at home, but definitely the most difficult games we've got in the remainder of our season. And whilst it's likely that following on from those games we should either be promoted or not promoted, if it was to go to the final day of the season, we will do the game against Malacca to wrap things up. That game is just over a month away. The Liga M3 season has flown by. Today it ends with a bang. Let's run the intro and get straight into things. Yes, folks, how is it going? And a warm welcome back to the Journey Manager. We are still here at Immigration FC, and as you've heard, today we're finishing this season. Now, as has been established by the rules of this save game, winning a top division is worth 1,000 miles, winning a secondary division is worth 500 miles. I do want to float the idea, and I'll propose this now, and you can let me know what you think in the comments and we'll react accordingly. Should it be in a situation like this, if you get promoted from a secondary division, you maybe get 250 miles? Because there is a weird world where today there's an incentive to either win the league or finish third. Finishing second would mean I go up into a harder division without actually getting a bounty of any miles. And it does feel a bit counterintuitive that with the rules there'd be an incentive not to want to win at the end of the year. I don't know, you guys let me know what you think, and yeah, we'll react accordingly. This is an experimental save game. We're making things up, let's be honest, as we go along. Now, since last episode, 2 games played. The more difficult game, we won emphatically. A 3-0 win against Signs was absolutely mad. Sadly, however, the other game that we've played since last episode didn't exactly go to plan. We were away from home against the team second from bottom. 40 fans turned up for this game. This was like the tiniest of tiny teams. We went down in this game, we fought back, and eventually we found a breakthrough. Guess who? Mark the Space. Back from injury, back with a bang. His equaliser there, the all-important goal that rescued a point in a game that, let's be frank, we should be winning. With respect to the team Bucket over here, they're in 13th. They are not good. If you look at their form, they are absolutely awful. And whilst they've improved lately, to not win against them is inexcusable. As has already been established, we are sitting top of the league right now with 6 games remaining of the year. The first game that we do have today is against PDRM at home. A defeat there, we would immediately drop down to second. And with the teams behind us having easier relative games, the lead at the top could get cut rather quickly. After that, for your viewing pleasure, we have games against KLR Rovers and Perak. Both at home, both games, however, that we didn't win when we met them earlier in the year on the road. And if you are wondering, Jack, why not do all 6 games through and end the season live? The video would be too long. We don't all have like 5 hours to watch a video every day, sadly. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know some of us do. I'm looking at you students. Yeah, you should be revising right now, shouldn't you? Be here, keep watching to the end of the video, and leave a like while you're down below too. That helps the videos out. If you were wondering, by the way, about our manager profile and how we're looking, we are just steadily but surely kind of improving as a manager. Of course, the year is already 2027. We're already kind of 3 years into this save game. Has got a little bit confusing because we were doing the Singaporean season, which runs from September to May, and now the Malaysian season runs from kind of March to September. It's difficult to keep track of what season we're in right now. All I can tell you is my manager's 34, and we are actually improving a little bit. Now, I'm very sorry to away day fans, but naturally, there is no away days today because we are full focus on the league. We've got to play serious and actually play the Football Manager game. Sorry. Next episode, I'll make it up to you with a transfer special. Now, in all honesty, I've really not rotated the team as much as I expected I would this year. I've kind of found my best 11 and stuck with it. Of course, Shahel and Dowd up top have been the 2 players that we've kind of turned to as our 2 main strikers. 26 goals between them is a really, really good return. Of course, Mark was playing as a roaming playmaker. Then we changed our tactical system for the second half this year, and we've seen much better results. He's coming into the team, and to be honest, I feel like I just have to play him as the advanced playmaker on attack. It's a really creative role. It's a productive role. Kind of suits his skill set reasonably well, and I feel like given the fact he probably is, at least on paper, the best player in our team, we should probably use him in a highly influential role in the team. Good news, no injuries, no suspensions. A couple of players on the verge of a booking. I'm looking at star players like Falmon thinking, just don't get booked today. Be sensible. But let's be honest, this is Football Manager, where players are rarely sensible and things don't exactly always go to plan. That said, a win in this first game would put us in such a good spot to hopefully win the league. A defeat, and it will be panic stations. Right, PDRM, look, they are a good team. If we just look at their season preview, media prediction of second, they have a very, very stacked team. They're in some great form. They've kept 4 clean sheets in their last 5. That is scary, isn't it? So yeah, of all the teams we've got in our remaining games, you could certainly argue this is the most difficult. When we played them previously, we were playing our diamond midfield with the kind of centre attacking mid, and they absolutely dismantled us, and I'm a bit concerned they're on the attack here early. Earthen Haikal makes a lovely saving goal for us, but a little bit of a concerning first highlight, perhaps. Okay, 20 minutes into this game, we're not creating anything. We're having a decent amount of possession, which I suppose is nice. But in terms of average positions, you can see we're sitting fairly deep here. We're not getting the ball high up the pitch. In a weird way, a draw wouldn't be the worst result in the world. But naturally, when you have a chance to extend your lead at the top, you kind of want to take it. Okay, I-Man, you were the hero last time. Can you be my man, I-Man, today? What is their goalie doing? What is happening here? Why are we playing volleyball in the penalty area? Right, have a go, Nazru. Oh my, what has just happened? What is that? It's one of the worst goals I've ever seen. I can't put it into us. He's doing a cartwheel. It's deflected in, Nasrullah. The keeper initially just palms it out half-heartedly. It's ping-pong in the penalty area. Teo Terrence inside. Nasrullah has a shot, and that is deflected in. I don't think you're allowed to do a kind of a cartwheel when you score a goal like that. It's when you play table tennis and the ball goes just over the net and you have to say sorry. I feel like he should be apologising, really. But I'm not going to complain, because that goal... I am going to complain. Mark is injured! I was about to say that goal's put us ahead at the break. Mark is injured. Mark is injured. Foot injury. He's just come back. Oh, it means I have to bring Faisal No back into the team. I thought the No era was over for the 16-year-old, who frankly is not good enough. Welcome back to the team, Faisal. I pray that's not a serious injury. I am very, very concerned. At the break, it's 1-0. I should be happy. I'm not. Okay, well, we're still a goal to the good. Let's look at the positives. Bad news, they're on the attack here. Wan Hassan, back post. Header not far over. I've praised the players. A few of them are reacting. Most of them just look grumpy. I think they're affected like me by Mark's injury. I'm hoping because it's a foot injury, it's not so bad. But let's be honest, having had him missing for 5 months, I think I'm allowed to be a little panicked. 23 minutes left of this game. I'm going to make some subs after this highlight. In retrospect, maybe should have and could have made them a tiny bit sooner. They've brought in some fresh legs of their own, and now they're looking to bring it forward on this near side. So far, neither team having a load of chances. You'd have to say we've perhaps been the better team, having started a little bit slowly. But we've not exactly pressed home our advantage on the scoreline, and suddenly we could be in trouble because Ahmad's been played in behind here. There's 3 players in the middle queuing up. He plays it inside, and it's Zanini with the goal to make it 1-1. Little dink over here was nice. To be fair, Firemon's been quality for us this year, but he was caught out of position going forward there, and, well, the centre-backs just went walkies, didn't they, as well? It's not a defensive masterclass today. Right, let's make some changes here. Both strikers have been uncharacteristically poor. So you know what? I'm going to go for the double change. Fergus Tierney in Newcombe, Amril in Newcombe as well. I love the fact that we do have this ability with 2 really decent sub-strikers just to change things up radically if it's not working. Admittedly, I've not really had to make changes like this in a while. Teo Terrence is looking a little worse for wear. He's on a booking as well. I'm going to take him off. And you know what? Hazwan Hassan on Newcombe, mate. You can run quick. You're a box-to-box midfielder. With 1 dribbling, just don't run with the ball. Dribble less. Be sensible. 1 dribbling. How do you have 1 dribbling? Okay, 15 minutes left in this game. I'm going to try and encourage the players and get them fired up for a late comeback. Filemon, do your thing, you beautiful man. He's going to whip it on his left foot towards the back post, and Yusni scores. Ayman, the right back, has popped up with the goal there. That is stupendous. I mean, he's a right back. I know he's good in the air. You don't expect to see him being the man arrive at the back post for a corner. I'm going to say it now. It's between Ayman and Filemon for my player of the year in this team. The fullbacks is like prime Cafu and Roberto Carlos, except they're Malaysian, which I'll admit is a little bit of a plot twist from the original. I'm getting all giddy. They are on the attack. We are lucky that shot went wide. I'm going to change our mentality here to balanced. Just ask the players to play a little shorter, slow down the pace, and just try and kill off this game by holding on possession at the back. There's 2 minutes left here. Admittedly, that with the flurry of chances they've had, their XG has got a little inflated to end this game, but we have looked like the better team. And now we have another corner. Oh, we've done it again. Iqbal Azmi. This time it's a centre-back with a goal. It's 3-1, it's game over. Bit of an unconventional way to get the 2 goals in this game, I'll admit. I've been really avoiding using the near post corner routine that you guys all know is quite good, and a corner routine I've used in a few different videos. I kind of don't want to be set-piece merchants. We have exposed ourselves as set-piece merchants there, but I do not care. It's a 3-1 win. Now my primary concern is Mark okay? Please tell me Mark's okay. I'm looking at results here. Signs managed to win 2-1 to go ahead of Sarawak, who of course we played last episode. Elsewhere, Perak in 5th could only draw against the team in 13th. KL Rovers scraped to win against bottom of the table Matchan to keep their promotion dream maybe alive. And PIB against the team in 13th could only draw. I'll tell you what, those results have really gone in our favour. How bad is Mark's injury? 4 to 5 weeks. That is suboptimal, isn't it? Man of the match. Give him some praise. Another man of the match in a live commentary. He loves the cameras. Now, as I already mentioned, we're not going to worry about the Kelatan game or the Armed Forces game today. Instead, we're focusing on the teams directly around us. Perak in 5th up next. If results go our way, we could even win the league with that game. Not that I'm going to get carried away and believe that could happen just yet, but it could. I'll see you in a mo for game number 2. I'm beginning to think that Kelantan just don't like the fact that I disrespect them and skip over them in episodes. They've stopped us winning yet again. At least we didn't lose to them this time. But a 1-1 draw sucked. If I want to find a positive, we did manage to rescue a late point through a rather unlikely hero. Tuan Ahmed here, our backup right back, ended up getting the goal. This was a game where both our left back and right back, uncharacteristically, Farman and Ayman did not step up. But you know what? Tuan Ahmed did. So I'm not going to complain. Not exactly the most flashy of goals. Now, I didn't actually realise, but this game against Perak is taking place on a Sunday. I have a feeling that we end up playing games on slightly different days to other teams, probably due to the fact that there's various ground sharings going on here in Malaysia. But it doesn't really matter. What does matter is the fact that KL Rovers won, PDRM managed to get a draw, and Signs have also won to put a little bit of pressure on us. A win here, we keep a 4-point gap to the teams behind us. Fail to win here. Oh my word, it gets very close at the top of the table with not many games left. Now, one man who was missing for the most recent game was Abdul Rahman here. Yeah, he was out with a stubbed toe, missed 9 days. Good news, he is back for this game. Sadly, one man who's not back for today's game is Mark. Mark. He's just always injured, is Mark. Apparently, he could play 45 minutes. I'm going to have to sneak him on the bench, aren't I? We're doing well, we're on a good run, let's keep it going. I feel like it's as simple as that. We're still in a great position. Even if we don't win this game today, we will still be top of the table, but it does feel like we're kind of staggering over the finish line at the moment. Okay, there is a kickoff highlight immediately in this game. Of course, last time we took on Perak, they did win. And if I remember correctly, they did look rather good with wing-backs going on adventures, or maybe going on safaris. The left back's called Safari. I probably should not be making puns and instead should be concerned about the fact they nearly scored there. People question my priorities sometimes in these episodes. I have no idea what they're on about. Okay, corner to deal with. I can't really complain if we concede a corner because we were absolute corner merchants in the last live commentary, although we might be about to play the Uno reverse card because we are on the counter here. Teo Terrence has an option. It's Dowd bringing it forward. And oh my word, Abdul Rahman Dowd, you beautiful man, our top goal scorer with a sensational finish. Good little counter-attack here. We had a 3-on-3. Teo held up the ball smartly, but to be honest, from here, you're not necessarily backing the striker to finish it. Well, maybe you are when it's Dowd, but most strikers wouldn't finish that. He has. Right, praise the players. Get me the green happy smiley faces along the bottom. Okay, at least Iqbal was happy with what I had to say. They've had 1 shot on target. We've only had 2, but that doesn't matter if you've got a goal lead, does it? We've had 58% of the ball as well. We're dominating possession in this game. And the first half is very nearly over already. There is going to be one last late bit of drama. Hopefully it's going to be in our favour. Of course, our wing-backs out in those wide areas providing the width. Filemon is one of them with an interesting ball in that's only cleared as far away as Ayman. He puts in, Dowd is there. And that has hit the crossbar and gone over. Okay, it's 1-0 in this game. We are doing what we need to do at the moment. I'd be lying if I was to say I'm super comfortable. This does feel like the kind of game where we might need another goal just to be sure. I was told Mark could play 45 minutes, wasn't I? Right, you know what? Teo's on a booking. Let's be sensible here. Mark, on you come through the middle. Elsewhere, Shahel Victory's been poor. Fergus, I'm calling on you, mate. Fresh legs into the midfield and attack. feel like with our defensive record, we can't necessarily expect clean sheets in matches. And with that in mind, 1-0 is very rarely a scoreline that we get. 1 goal is very rarely the amount of goals we score to secure a win. So let's try and get another one here. Tierney, Fergus, through. Is he onside? I think the linesman has raised his flag. He's offside. He looked miles off, didn't he? I assume it was miles off because the game didn't even show me a replay of it. Just over 20 minutes remaining in this game. We've had 62% of possession. Not as many shots on target as I'd like, but we are controlling this game. In terms of average position, we're having the ball around the back quite a lot, which isn't necessarily a bad thing when we want to just control these games. I'm going to switch our mentality down to positive, and suddenly, there's only 5 minutes left. Momentum's been on our side, stats are on our side. Is time going to be on our side as well? There might be one last highlight, but it is us on the attack here. Faisal, no! Oh my word. The 16-year-old decides to do that. What is that? Now, I'd like to apologise to Faisal. No, I have slated this guy this year as the man who's not good enough to replace my son. How about that for a finish? We win 2-0. Iman gets man of the match. Tell me if you've heard that line before this year. And, well, what a team performance that was. Lovely to get a clean sheet. We've not had many of those. To do it against one of our big rivals, always nice. With that result there, we're now 4 points clear, 3 games remaining. It feels like it's ours for the taking. I'm already hoping we can't bottle it from here. Now, our next game is against the Armed Forces. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird matchup, isn't it? Immigration FC versus the Armed Forces. They're down in 9th, away from home. I do back us to win that one, although their form hasn't been bad lately. We are going to come back for the game against KL Rovers. There's a very slim chance I'm about to win the title off camera. I pray that doesn't happen. I want to do it in a match. I'd love to do it against KL Rovers. Let's go forward to that one and hope that Mark doesn't get injured again, because he keeps getting injured and it's really annoying. Well, I am pleased to report we can win the league with a win in this game here against KL Rovers. We managed to do what we needed to do against the Armed Forces. Dowd, man of the match, scoring a penalty. Life's good. And just due to how fixtures have worked out, we find ourselves now 4 points clear of PDRM, 5 points clear of KL Rovers, who we take on in today's game, and Signs and Below, well, they've fallen off the pace. It is now a 3-horse race for 2 promotion spots. But, and this is a bit of a big but, if we were to lose in this game here, KL Rovers get the win. They move within 2 points of us, and it would all go down to the final day, which makes this game right now all the more important. Now, I am expecting them to play a 4-1-2-1-2 diamond shape. So with that in mind, I am going to change up our shape for this next match. It's a change that we've done fairly frequently this year. We're going to distribute it to the fullbacks, play a little bit wider with our play here, and then get rid of focus through the middle. I've been experimenting with the width and the directness and tempo throughout this year. I feel like I've now found a pretty good balance that's given us the results that we need, but these are just changes that I've made every single time we played a very similar narrow shape, just to try and make the 3-man midfield boss it that little bit more. Mark has only been granted 45 minutes on his fitness test, so I'm going to keep him on the bench for this one. We're going to keep faith in this team here, although Filemon can come back into the team today. We did have him suspended for our most recent game. We kept a clean sheet in his absence. I really don't want this to go down to the final game of the year for 2 reasons. Firstly, it'd be stressful. Secondly, I'm meant to be streaming in 20 minutes. So, you know, Football Manager, if you want to do me and the people who watch my live streams on YouTube and Twitch, which you should be watching too, mind you, we're going to win this game and win the league right now. That would be the most convenient result. Okay, we are less than a minute into this game and we're straight into the action. So Kemi for them has the ball on the near side. Don't love seeing them with possession early on. But, well, hopefully we're going to be up to the task of defending. Akbar, Sakemi, skews his shot wide. That was not pleasant viewing. Less than 10 minutes into this game. Can we make something happen here? Azrin Afik gives it back to Irfan in goal for us. He's going to switch it wide to Ayman, the right back, with a little bit of space to move into. Of course, for our fullbacks and their fullbacks, with both teams kind of playing fairly narrow shapes without wide players, there's going to be a lot of space for the kind of wing-backs to get into. Apparently, there's not space in the middle, which is where we're trying to force the play through. We gave up the ball in an awful area there. Fortunately for us, we have now managed to win it back, and now, well, I'm going to hope that we can make something happen. This has been a very long highlight, Football Manager, of just nothingness in the middle. Are you going to give us some somethingness in at the end? It's played down the line to Shahel Fikri. Lovely ball. Ayman is offering some support. So is Nizam. Edge of the box. Oh, my word. Tio take a bow. 18 years old, a great attacking talent, a bit of a square peg in a round hole, it has to be said, playing Tio at box-to-box midfielder, but he's making it work, and how about that for an effort? Okay, I feel like I can start to relax just a little bit. PDRM are not playing today, I've just noticed. I wasn't sure if they were playing today, but I thought we need to focus on our own game. But a win here would secure us the title regardless. Dowd battling for the ball, loses out to Wahab, who's now going to get it forward. We win it back nicely though. Sherol with the ball in the midfield lays it wide to Farmon, who has been a star player for us. Faisal, no. Does he know where he's going? He does on this occasion. Iman with it, going down this right-hand side. I'm waiting for the back post cross to Dowd that I've seen and again and again and again throughout this year. Is it going to come here? He plays it inside. This is lovely build-up play. There's some end product at the end of this. It's going to be a goal of the season contender. Oh, my word. Shot's only just gone wide. It was such a nice move. It actually looked like we were almost a competent football team. We're going to build it up from the back yet again here. Sherol lays it wide to Iman. Little one-on-one battle. He opts to play it inside. Lovely build-up play. Dowd is surely offside. It's a ridiculous finish. If that counts, it's a goal of the season contender. But it's not going to count. I'm so sad. It was such a good finish. I knew as soon as he took the shot there, he was offside. So I didn't even try to get carried away. If I knew he was onside, I would have lost my marbles. And now, well, I might lose my marbles for different reasons. Because we've got a corner to defend with just a couple of minutes left of this half. Ball, edge of the box. Anwar with it. Bringing it forward. Inside. Sakemi scores. The flag is raised on the far side. It's not going to count. There is offside drama at both ends of the pitch. Okay, I'll be honest, they did get a little bit of momentum at the end of the half there. I'm still going to tell the players I'm happy with half. I don't want them to get complacent, but we're ahead. We've not conceded. It's all going okay at the moment. Okay, into this second half we march. You know what? Faisal No has been awful, although Nizam is looking very much for worse for wear. You know what? Mark, in you come, and elsewhere, I'm going to bring in Afik. I'm going to bring in the screamy man at box-to-box midfielders for some fresh legs. Shahel's had another quiet game. Fergus Tierney, come on down. Fresh legs into the midfield and into the final third. It's kind of been my go-to change, I suppose, throughout this year. We play a system where players do have to cover a lot of ground. And while speaking of players covering ground, Farmon puts it on a plate for Fergus. And how has Fergus Tierney missed that? Now we have a set piece to deal with. And now I start to panic. It's headed away nicely. Tio bringing it forward. There is a 3-on-4 at the back here if we're quick about it. Tio, run like the wind, my son. Inside to Afik. Back wide to Iman. He's going to whip it in. Back post. Filemon. Oh, my word. From the right back to the left back. How about that? Can we discuss that finish? I mean, the cross was delightful, just to be clear, but the finish, I did not know he had that in his locker. He's opened up his locker door and unleashed a pile driver on the volley. I don't want to jinx it because there is still 24 minutes left, but we are on course to win the Malaysian second division right now. Filemon puts in Tierney, heads it, Usop plucks it out the air. A chance really to maybe inflict the misery compiler is wasted. But the highlight doesn't end just yet. And KL Rovers, they're fighting for their own promotion. Sakemi's already had one ruled out for being offside. That one won't be ruled out. And it's now 2-1 with 24 minutes left. Not the best of defending from us, I think it's safe to say here. Yeah, we just kind of let Sakemi break through here. We'd already seen him score a goal that was offside. He wasn't offside that time. 18 minutes left. This has suddenly got nervy. A goal for us would relieve those nerves. That is not going to do the trick. That is an awful header. Tio, Terence, where are we going? Dinks it in. Tierney tries to head it inside. Doesn't quite work out. We had a lot of players committed to the attack. Was a little worried about the counter-attack. But it doesn't feel like it's an impending risk just yet. It goes back to Irfan Hank. What is that? What is that? What are we doing? Sakemi's one-on-one. Oh my word, he's put it wide. Our title dreams almost flashed before my eyes. Of course, a draw's not disastrous. I just don't want this to go to the final day. What are we doing? Irfan to Farmon. Plays it to Tio. Dowd bringing it forward. This player's surging through the middle. One is Mark. He gets half tackled. Ball falls through the middle. We win it back, but only half-heartedly. Sakemi, Akbar bringing it forward now for them. Why is there 4 players in the middle and no one marking any of them? It's offside. Oh my, what are we doing at the back? Where did the centre-backs go? Has anyone seen them? Put a picture of them on a milk carton because they went AWOL for a moment. And this doesn't feel done now, does it? It just doesn't feel like it's over. I hate this. Azrin gives it back to Irfan. It's still 2-1. You wouldn't know it, would you, by my change in demeanour that we were 2-0 up and I was chilling in this game. Iman at right back's going to bring it forward. It does feel like it's a tired affair for both teams. That ball there, not the most inspiring. And it's Sakemi yet again trying to get in behind. On this occasion, Iqbal, fast enough to read it. They're throwing men forward now. I think there is a chance to catch them on the break. Maybe we can do it here. Mark inside to Afik. He dinks it forward. Dowd, a good touch here, puts him in a great spot. He crosses it in and Fergus Tierney scores. It's been a while since he last scored, Fergus. I'm glad he bagged one there. I thought, to be honest, that Dowd was just going to shoot here, and I probably wouldn't have blamed him based on Fergus's recent finishing, but the ball did go into a wide area. He pulled it back intelligently, and it was a bloody good pass and an even better finish. Okay, 3 minutes left. This is done now, surely. Can we just end the game, Football Manager? Let me enjoy a trophy lift. Let me have fun beating another team who are a direct rival relatively convincingly in this live commentary. Mark bringing it inside, dispossessed. If they get one back, I start to panic again. I shouldn't be panicking. It should be absolutely fine. I mean, look at them. They can't even string passes together. Iman's bringing it forward. There's 3 players in the middle. It's fizzed in. It's not dealt with. Filemon, Tierney. He got one. He's probably not going to get another with finishing like that, is he? There's 3 minutes left of this game. It's 3-1. It is going to be game over. It is going to be the title for us. And that, my friends, is going to be 500 miles bagged in this series. Immigration FC back in the big time. Failed to get promoted last year without us, having been relegated the year before that. We've come in. We've brought in our own players. We've had a great season. And with a game to spare, we are going to lift the trophy. We've had some wobbly moments. After the transfer window, we were labelled as one of the favourites in the media prediction, and in the pre-season preview stuff, we have loads of players in the media Dream 11. There was pressure on us. At times, it looked like we weren't going to be able to put up with the pressure. We've got over the line just about. Champions, time to celebrate, my friends. Even if PDRM win their remaining game, they are not going to be champions. They can't catch us with just 2 games left for themselves. Elsewhere, KL Rovers now probably going to miss out on promotion very cruelly. I bet you can't guess who man of the match is. It's Iman again. It's always Iman. I feel like he needs a chance, and I'm not creative enough to come up with it. Someone in the comments, do your thing, please. Now, next episode, we are going to have a transfer special. Annoyingly, the last game of the season is in 3 weeks' time, so I'm not going to worry about stuff after, well, this date right now in-game. But what we will do to end things today is have a look at the map. I don't think we're going to be going anywhere, but I want to add the 500 miles. So here is our current Journey Manager map, but we do need to add in the 500 miles we've just earned. The Malaysian Bank Championship is ours. Submit the 500 miles. We're now up to 1,857. And here is our new movement radius. If we wanted to, we could get to India. The issue with this is, if I get to India, there's not actually many places close by to move to other than moving within clubs in India. What we really need to do now in the next 2 seasons is build up a bank of miles in Southeast Asia, because a lot of the countries in this part of the world are very, very spread out, and you need to have more than 1,000 miles for certain moves. So yeah, we need to start stockpiling, but I think for next year, obvious aim, try and be successful in Malaysia. That, however, I do think is going to be rather tough, because in Malaysia, there is one team that just dominate the league. If we look at the past winners, Johor Darul Tazim just pretty much win the tournament every single year. To beat them to the title, to get 1,000 points or 1,000 miles, is going to be very difficult. Look at their team. Look at the wages they offer their players. I have no idea how we can compete, but at the very least, I want to give it 1 or 2 seasons to try and dethrone them or get close before I kind of give up and decide, right, I've got to go somewhere else because I need miles and Johor are too good. We have an extra £5,000 in the wage budget. I'm probably going to be looking at more free agents to try and strengthen the team, but I feel like we've at least got the core of a team that can hopefully be semi-competitive next year. Of course, saying all of that, I've never managed in the Malaysian Premier League before, so it's very much a venture into the unknown, but one that I hope you guys are excited for, and I really hope you enjoyed things today. All of a sudden, my manager profile's looking a little more impressive. Next time out, we're going to have a transfer special for your viewing pleasure. Hope you guys are excited for that one. Leave a like if you enjoyed this one, and I'll see you next time for more. I'm out.